Mormon! It's also Godzilla's 69th birthday and Gigan's 50th. Why are you in space missing everything, you fuck? I really hope my microphone isn't picking up my computer like it looks like it's doing. So yeah, it's on top of Kamen Rider things, there was Godzilla things going on. I think it's 69th anniversary. I'm not gonna joke about it. Shut up! And Gigan's 50th. So they kind of had like 2 shorts they made of them fighting. And there's an announcement about the next Godzilla movie, which I forgot. So one of the shorts was a CGI only short. And it actually implies that it's about Godzilla Jr. from the Heisei movies fighting, well, what's technically a Heisei Gigan. Multiple Gigans. The way it, like, starts off with the silhouette of Godzilla, the same way the Heisei series ended with the silhouette of Godzilla. The short begins and ends with their Godzilla framed similarly in a silhouette, I mean. With the girl that plays Mickey narrating about how he'd been gone for like 25 years. And now he's back. Or, she said like a quarter century, roughly, I believe. That's what some translations say. And that's how long it's been, really, since Destroya. So this very likely is about Godzilla Jr. And the city just kind of gets attacked by Gigans. Like, you see Gigans flying around, killing jets, and stomping around some city. They don't really say where. Maybe they do, and I'm dumb, and brain meat don't work. But they're destroying things, and then Godzilla appears to be trying to stop them, because Godzilla Jr. was the good boy, even though he got manipulated into being used as bait to get Godzilla to fight Destroya. I guess he got over that, and tried to help destroy the Gigans. And so he's killing a bunch of them, and then all of a sudden a big red Gigan shows up, and he actually seems to be a lot more formidable. He's got, like, fucking Renji Abarai Zanbakuto powers with his hook hands. They can, like, extend and fly around God of War style. And he's got a tum-tum laser that's really strong, and he's all red and smooth and gross. And the other Gigans, I believe, they appeared to be a little bit smaller. Like, he seemed to be Godzilla's size. They seemed a little bit shorter, so that Godzilla would be able to fuck him up a bit better. He's commanding them, and they're all, like, flying around shooting him at one point, and it's cool. And then he makes them, like, give their tum-tum saw essence to him to do a giant, like, fucking laser attack on Godzilla. And, like, another thing that connects this to the Heisei series is this Godzilla does the nuclear pulse. One time he gets swarmed, and I think another time he uses it to get Gigan off of him. One of the other Gigans. But he does the nuclear pulse and blasts people away with it. And he does like a white-hot laser thingy, which is kind of his own thing. And he fights Gigan Rex's weird heaven-looking laser thing, formed from Tum-Tum Essence formation thing. They combine beams, and then Gigan Rex falls from the sky and dies. So yeah, it was a really short, all CGI, and it's just Godzilla swatting Gigans around and then killing a big red Gigan. It was a really cool design, and it was like a cool way to see the Heisei series continue. It'd be cool to see them like go back and do this with other stuff. It's kind of weird though, because Godzilla looked like almost like a crustier version of Heisei, like as if he got injected with Shin DNA or something. But Godzilla Jr. was born from a species that was said to be a cousin of the Heisei Godzilla's original dino form. So maybe that means when he becomes a Godzilla, he becomes a Crustzilla. I mean, he apparently did. Born with his own fucking white laser ability too, which was cool. Like his chest started glowing and everything. And then they did another short, a live action one, with a somewhat crusty remake of the final Goji suit. Or maybe it is the final Goji suit, and they like had to paint it over and put it back together. But it looks different, though. I mean, I don't know if it's sagging and stuff, because it's really old by this point, which makes me feel really fucking old, because I was 17 when that goddamn movie came out originally. But they used this suit already in a Smog Monster short as well. Or at least the same look. And this short was cool because his classic chunky chonker chicken Gigan, which was also in like the CGI short, but he shows up and fights Godzilla, and he's actually like formidable. And also in both of these shorts, he's finally using a laser, which he like never did in the Showa series. I forgot he didn't ever actually have it. Like it shows up on or I think like the poster, and then in fighting games with Gigan. But now he's actually canonically used it in some continuities too. But this Gigan fucks Godzilla up. Like, he actually manages to put up a fight. He cuts him up and gets him with his tum-tum saw and his eye laser thing. It's like an eye laser above his visor, which is weird. I don't know why they went with that. I think he uses his visor in the CGI short. Except for tum-tum laser from Gigan Rex. But yeah, like, he's fighting Godzilla, and he hooks into him and pulls him into his saw, and it, like, almost kills him. And there's, like, a funny scene where Godzilla punches his eye laser, and it breaks it. He's about to try and use it on him, and it doesn't work, so that's when he busts out the tum-tum saw. And, like, he cuts Godzilla right down the middle, and he collapses. And then he's about to fucking finish him off with his hooks. And Godzilla catches him, and gets up and fucking blasts Gigan point blank. Then he dies Sentai style. He just falls down and explodes. And Gigan actually shook off Godzilla's beam. He used his blades and like put them up and blocked them. And it was cool to see. Like he's actually fucking. He was an even match for Godzilla, really. He only lost because I don't know, Godzilla decided to end it. He wasn't expecting to be blasted in the face. You know, you could throw these movies into the Final Wars continuity. I mean, they're using the look. Who's to say Gigan Classic didn't just come back in a universe where there was Gigan Edgelord? It's possible. And then the Smog Monster, I guess, just stopped being dead. Because, I mean, he only gets Ibira thrown into his fucking eye in Final Wars, so maybe he shook that off and attacked later. And Godzilla was an Iceman trying to fight them because Minya made him like humanity. That's my headcanon. They're all linked now, motherfucker. Never mind the fact that Megaguirus and 2000 are different continuities. Yep. Yeah, it was cool. Like, Gigan actually showed up and was formidable in 2 movies. Gigan's like Ghidorah now, in that he's got like some weird mutated mega form. Because Ghidorah had Kaiser Ghidorah and Rex Gigan. It's just cool to see my favorite Godzilla series kind of making a comeback with Junior. And it confirms that Junior's not dead. Because it was never very clear if it was like a tribute thing they did at the end, or if it was like a ghost of Godzilla saying goodbye or whatever when they're doing a silhouette shot. And if Junior was dead in that movie, it was a horrible fucking death after Destroya just wrecked him and his friends manipulated him. So, yeah. It's good to see he's alive. And I guess is defending the city. He does do like when he does his white beam thing twice. And the first time it fucking obliterates a bunch of the city. But I guess he was trying to kill a bunch of Gigans. So, I don't know. No harm, no foul. Gotta crack a few eggs to make an omelet. And that omelet is killing a giant space chicken flock. And now we got another Godzilla movie coming from Japan. Fuck all these American ones. I'm getting a little tired of those. I want to see more of, like, bold stuff like Shin. We're getting post-war Japan this time. Like, they haven't really done too much with that period and Godzilla. We're going to be seeing, like, really primitive technology going up against him, which we saw, like, a practical way for Shin Godzilla to be beaten in his movie with, like, modern tech. We're going to be seeing, like, post-war Japan stuff going up against him, which that'll be interesting to see how that works out. I'm assuming, well, I'm not assuming anything. I'm just hoping it has another monster in it. It would have to. Because what is, like, ancient Japan gonna do to fight Godzilla? Like, I know post-war has weaponry, but yeah, it's Godzilla. He's gonna have to have something to fight. Is it gonna be like Shin, where there's, like, commentary and it's more grounded? Or is it gonna be like Godzilla versus Gigan things? There's some cool shots in, like, even the live action one that they did. So they're still trying to, like, change things up. Freshen things and be cool. So I'm excited to see this. And I know, like, years ago when Shin came out, I think before that there was some deal that they couldn't really make Japanese Godzilla movies as long as America was making the legendary ones for the duration of the deal. And thank fucking goodness that seems to have been renegotiated. Because that's what Anno said himself at a panel. Because I got to see him in the meat flesh. Yep. And it seems like that deal has stopped to some extent. So we can now see, you know, good Godzilla movies. But Wormmon can't because he's out in space with Gamera for like the 10th video in a row. I don't know where I'm going with that storyline. We can dance if we want to. We can leave your friends behind. I know Wormmon's not coming home. So come home already, you dick. So yeah, this is an interesting bunch of content for Kaiju birthdays. Some really cool shorts of varying styles with the CGI and live action stuff. I love seeing that final Goji suit getting like used in these shorts like this. Up against a classic chonky Gigan, which was cool. You know, that suit was used against Edgelord Gigan eons ago. I don't know, it's just cool. Because like the classic Gigan suit looked like a really good remake of it. But yeah, then the announcement of the new Godzilla, which is going to be really cool and interesting. It's going to be a fresh take one way or the other. It just uses that final Goji suit and looks all like stinky. Maybe we'll meet another Godzillasaurus. Maybe it'll have Gigan. Just post-war Japan. This is just the backdrop for Gigan and Godzilla again. Ultimate troll move. But they're making movies, so yep.